Hi, today I have a question from Sylvia, who is thinking of taking my course, Conversational Copywriting, but had a question for me first before making that decision. So here we go, here's the question. When you talk about conversational copywriting not being pushy and being free of hype, it makes it sound a little like you're simply writing copy that doesn't try very hard, like Copywriting Lite. Copywriting Lite. Am I wrong? Reasonable question. Long story short, yes, I think you're wrong, but let me explain, let me justify that. So first of all, yes, conversational copywriting is without a lot of the kind of, I guess, the pressure behind traditional copywriting. It's not kind of broadcast style, in your face, hard charging, pushy copy of the kind you sometimes see. It is much more gentle, it is much more in tune with the social and conversational nature of the online medium. Now, that in itself is probably not enough to make us need to turn to conversational copywriting, but there's something else going on, and that is the rise of ad blockers, which is where people are basically voting with their software and saying, you know what, we do not like traditional in-your-face broadcast advertising when we are online. So I don't know, maybe you don't have an ad blocker yet, but a lot of people do. Basically, it's an extension, it's a piece of software you install on your web browser or on your smartphone, and it blocks all the ads that are delivered on websites. According to eMarketer, a research company, and others, about 30%, almost 30% of people now have ad blockers installed on their desktop machines and their laptops. Huge number, and the growth of ad blockers on smartphones is happening even faster. So, and this trend is accelerating. So, hey, it won't be long before 50% of people are using ad blockers. This means that traditional, companies, marketers, advertisers are facing a huge challenge because basically their advertising is being blocked. People are not seeing it. So they have to find another way. So the other way that I talk about, that I advocate, is conversational copywriting, which does not rely on traditional advertising practices, advertising ad units, or traditional copywriting approaches, certainly not the more pushy of those approaches. So what am I doing with conversational copywriting? Basically, I'm getting web content to do 90–95% of the heavy lifting. So nobody blocks content, people like content. So whatever the product or service a company is trying to sell, I would then create a whole lot of very high value content. And the idea is you use that content to get your audience right up to the point where they're almost ready to buy, where they're thinking, wow, you know what, I really like this, I really want to get this. And then the copywriting element of conversational copywriting kicks in. And now with a much lighter touch, we can now just nudge that prospect over into the purchase, into the shopping cart, nudge them, knock them off the fence, as it were, so that they're saying, yeah, you know what, I'm going to buy this, and they take out their credit card. So it is a gentler way. It is a way of copywriting that is far more in tune with the social and conversational nature of the web as a medium, and it's a way of copywriting and of marketing and advertising and promoting products and services that avoids the rise of ad blockers. Because if you're just relying on traditional approaches and ad blockers are already blocking almost 30% of your visitors, and that's going to rise to 50% and beyond, then hey, you're betting on a losing horse there. So that's my argument behind conversational copywriting. And Sylvia, I hope that answers your question. I hope you found that useful and helpful. Thank you.